Today, we're going to make biscuits and gravy. These are two breakfast staples, both of which are great to know individually, but when they come together, they create something better than the sum of its parts. If you've been following my channel, we're going to get to use some of the knowledge base that we built in videos like pie crust and baked ziti, but if you're new, don't worry, we're going to go over everything step by step so you know exactly what to do. All right, time to get our brunch on. We're going to start with our biscuits, which are based on a recipe by Kathy Roma. Into a large bowl, we're adding our dry ingredients, which consist of 3 cups or 360 grams of all-purpose flour, 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda, 1 tablespoon of sugar, 1½ teaspoons of kosher salt, and 2 tablespoons of baking powder. After whisking that up, we're grating 1½ sticks of frozen unsalted butter. This is a technique also seen when you're making rough puff pastry dough, and it's a good shortcut when you want to get your butter bits nice and small. Now I'm adding 1 1/4 cups buttermilk, but here's my secret. I didn't actually have any buttermilk on hand, and I didn't feel like going to the grocery store to get some. Fortunately, buttermilk is very easy to substitute, with a ratio of 1 cup regular milk to 1 tablespoon lemon juice. White vinegar will also work if you're out of lemons. Now, I'm not totally sure why I thought working the dough with my hands here would be a good idea, because it wasn't. But I was able to get everything combined and onto a well-floured work surface. At this point, the recipe I was using called for folding the dough, which is what's going to create our nice layers for the flaky biscuit. But that didn't seem easy with the level of hydration the dough is at, so I did the next best thing. I cut the dough into quarters and piled the quarters onto one another, then gently rolled out the tower of dough until it was about the same size as where we started. This technique might not be the most technical or preferred method, but it works perfectly fine, and sometimes making life a little easier on yourself is just the right thing to do. That step is repeated twice before the final rolling and cutting of the biscuit dough. It's important to press your biscuit cutter straight down and not twist, since twisting can seal the edges of the layers. These are going to get brushed with a little more buttermilk before going into a 425-degree oven for about 20 minutes until the tops are nice and golden. While the biscuits are in the oven, we can make our gravy. First, we're going to fry up the sausages, similar to how we did in the baked ziti video, removing them from the casings and letting them brown as we chop them up into smaller bits with our wooden spoon. This time, we want the sausages to cook all the way through before removing them and leaving the fat in the pan. Now, we want 4 tablespoons of fat in total, so if it looks like you have about 1 tablespoon in there like I did, you're going to want to add 3 tablespoons of butter and let that melt completely before adding 1/4 cup of flour. Mix and cook out the flour until it starts to smell a little nutty, about 2 minutes. Then add just a splash of your milk and whisk until thickened. Then add more and incorporate, then add the rest of the milk. Simmer over medium-low heat, whisking constantly until it coats the back of a spoon. Add salt and pepper to taste, then add your sausage back into the mixture. Turn off heat and let everything cool slightly before serving. Now I'm going to plate this up with some nice breakfast potatoes and a couple fried eggs, and let me tell you, this was a great way to start the day. The biscuits were buttery and flaky, the gravy was rich, meaty, and just the right consistency. I really suggest you give this a try on your next spare Sunday morning. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you next time.